yet? Let's start the show.
Welcome to another episode of the Happy Hour Show with Lindsey Vertner. That's me, your hostess with the mostest on tonight or morning or afternoon, wherever you are tuned in from. And I'm super excited about tonight's guest. So hopefully you have your drink ready and you are tuned in, okay? If you don't have your drink, hurry up and run and get it real fast. But listen, let's do some light housekeeping, okay? If you are new to the show, then I need you to comment, love, share this video out because I already know some phenomenal gems are going to be dropped with tonight's special guest. And if you are watching this right now as we speak, then comment all the way live and tell us where you're tuned in from or where you're listening from. And if you're catching the replay on a different day, that's all right. We still love you. Comment replay all day, okay? And if this is your first time watching and you're like, who is this lady on my screen? My name is Lindsey Vertner. I'm a peak potential strategist and transformational speaker. I teach ambitious female entrepreneurs and amazing, phenomenal leaders how to master their mindset. That is my jam. That's my area of expertise. That's what I love to do. And tonight on the Happy Hour Show, we are going to talk all about happiness and mindset and all things life and business. And it's going to be great. Okay. So make sure you have your pen and paper along with your drink because we always be dropping nuggets. Meanwhile, let me introduce my phenomenal guest, okay? Because I can't wait any longer. Her name is Taurea Vision Avant. She's a computer science graduate from Hampton University. Hey, Hampton. She is an author of more than 15 plus books, and the latest is Don't Go Broke Trying to Be a Business Owner. She has been featured on ABC, Fox, CBS, and more. And in 2009, she founded Show Your Success, where she helped more than 5,000 plus speakers, coaches, and network marketers to write their books to grow their business. I can vouch for that part, okay? She has also founded a nonprofit called Urban CEO Network, whose mission is to help empower and educate men and women from the urban community in a non-intimidating way. So let's welcome tonight's special guest, Miss Taurea Vision Avant.
Hey, what's going on, Lindsey? How are you doing today, darling?
I am great. And that hang was not even planned. Like, geez.
It was not.
I just love her energy. And see, look, I already know y'all gonna love her as well. So I know I just gave like a super small snippet of your nice lengthy resume. So I want you to tell us, like, who's Taurea, rhymes with Maria? Really? Give us the good tea. Take us back. Who are you, child?
Okay. Well, I'll tell you this. I was born at a very young age. So y'all catch that. Okay. No, I'm just messing. I was the product of two military parents. Both my mom and dad were in the Air Force. Mom was from New York. Mom was from New York and my father was from South Carolina. And, as you stated, I did go to Hampton University, but I also went to Hampton High School. So I was Hampton out. And all through, my school years from elementary, middle to high school, I used to always stay active. That's one of the biggest blessings I can say in my life. I stayed active in ballet, tap, jazz, but most importantly, I was in gymnastics. In fact, I used to dream about going to the Olympics. A lot of people didn't know that. I got to the point where I was literally practicing every day, even Sundays. And then when I went to high school, they had this little squad called a cheerleading squad. And I ain't want to do gymnastics no more. So I became a cheerleader. Okay. cheerleader, and then I went into started dancing for the football team, and I danced through college and everything. But one of my loves is technology. So even though I was doing the dancing thing, I also am a big gadget girl. So I went to school for computer science. And yes, hey Stevie, HBCU love in the house. Shout out to all of my HBCUs in the house. Went and got my degree in computer science. And the funny thing, Lindsey, okay, so I'll never forget. I remember when I was going to Hampton and I was telling my dad what I was going to major in. Like, you don't never know what you're going to do. And so I remember telling him like, well, I'm going to try this or I'm going to try that. He was like, no. And so it had to be something centered around technology. So that's how I chose computer science. But they told me one lie. This is what they lied and told me, Lindsey. They told me,
a lie.
You really want to lie. It's just what I heard. You know how somebody say something to you and you hear what you want to hear? That's what happened. Okay. So what they told me, they said, well, on average, most college graduates that get a degree in computer science earn up to $50,000 a year. Now, Lindsey, you know what I heard. I heard 50,000. I hear on average up to most. I was like, whatever. When I graduate, I'm going to make 50 grand. So that was like my whole mindset for those four. Actually, I was in school for 4.5 years because if you go to a HBCU, the financial aid be tripping sometimes. That's another conversation. But yeah, like I thought I was going to graduate and I was going to get this job that's going to pay me 50,000. They tell me I had to do a free job, AKA internship. I couldn't afford to work a free job. I had to work a job to pay bills. And I went on to do that. Now, believe you me, I've tried so many different things in that journey, but I'm going to tell you when my life really changed the most. It was when my mom passed when I was 11 years old due to cirrhosis of the liver. And I actually watched that situation. And I don't talk about it a lot because I don't really like to dwell on certain things. But just know, if anybody knows what cirrhosis of the liver is, you know what that's all about. And then my father, when I was 26, he was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. And he ended up passing away as well. And so at that point, that's when like things really started to change for me, because I was always one of those girls that would like try stuff and, play around with stuff, or I would always hesitate or put stuff off. Well, I'll do it when the time is right, or I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll wait, another time to do it. And now at this age, I'm in a position in my 20s where both of my parents, I've literally witnessed them pass away in front of me. And it's like, I got to stop playing with my life. And so that's really where like the way my determination is today, or the way that I grind today, that's really what shaped it all for me being the woman that I am today.
Listen, my heart goes out to you at 11 and then again at 26. But something key that you mentioned in your own words that I'm going to sum up for the folks in the balcony is that you didn't let it stop you. No. Instead, you used it as fuel to push you and to keep going. And now you're this phenomenal woman today, whereas some people would experience that grief and they would use that as an excuse to not do anything anymore. And they just self-wallow and they say, oh, I lost my mom. Now I can't do anything. I'm going to go crazy. And oh, now I lost my dad. So now I don't have anyone and I'm just going to become this potato.
Yeah.
This potato. Yeah. That's the K to my head. I don't know. Potato.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Now, I will tell you that God did bless me with another mom, and her name is Veronica Terry. It was who my dad was with when he passed away, but she is more of my mom than anybody else ever could be. She's an amazing woman. And in my family, she makes sure to check on me even when I don't call it back. Like, she will blow me up. Because if anybody knows me, I'm not a big phone person. Ironically, as a speaker and a coach, I don't really like being on the phone like that. So she'll blow me up till I answer the phone, child. But she has stayed in connection with me. And I look forward to being able to do the great things that you would want to, be able to do for your mom. I plan on doing those things for her.
So nice. So nice. I love that. So you picked up that other role model. And so, because I know that there are a lot of viewers that tune in and listen to the show, and I'm sure some of them have lost a parent along the way, what advice would you have as far as helping them to keep pushing? Because I can't imagine, I haven't lost either of my parents yet. The closest thing is I've lost my grandmother. And so I can only imagine that type of pain, because that's different. And Yeah, so let me just let you
Yeah.
share. What
Well,
what what advice would you give them?
well, Lindsay, one thing I'll say, no, regardless, if you've ever lost anyone that you've ever cared about, like, don't let the fact that they're gone, like, keep you from talking about them. I was sharing with a friend the other day, one of the best ways to heal is to continue to remember that person. And so, like, sometimes when I get around someone that's new, that I'm like, maybe, like on a personal level, I say, just to let you know, I probably will talk about my dad a lot. And I hope it doesn't make you uncomfortable. It's just a way of how I cope with it. And I remember him. And so I like to talk about all the great things, that I remember, and that, the things that he did. And so for anybody, don't feel afraid to talk about it. And the truth is, sometimes people will not know necessarily how to respond. That's cool. Like, if you notice that somebody feels a little weird or awkward, let them know, like, it's okay. You know what I mean? So never let that, just because they're physically gone does not mean they are gone. And another thing that helps me, it dependent upon, I don't know what everybody's faith is, but I know for a fact that my God is that my God, he's with me, but my dad is still with me as well. And my mom is with me. And I know that they guide and they lead me through, incredible opportunities. And they push me through journeys that I could have never done without them being here. So I know that whenever I need them, I believe that they are truly here with me. So never stop talking about them. And I don't care if somebody feel uncomfortable, so what? Talk about your loved one, because it helps you not to necessarily heal, but it helps you to feel good about their existence here in this world.
I love that. I love that. Did y'all catch that? Oh, please. And if it wasn't for you, please share it with somebody who it was for. But that is a lesson that everyone can take with them. If you're just tuning in, you are watching the Happy Hour show with myself, Lindsey Vertner, and my very, very beautiful guest, Miss Taurea Vision Avant. She is the book prophet queen, which we are going to talk about later. Yes, over here, Nicholas done put a whole prayer in there in the comments. Well, thank you, Nicholas, for that, okay?
I saw. All right.
Yes.
Bible scriptures, drop it. Mm-hmm.
And Stevie says, yes, indeed. Oh, man. If you're tuning in, make sure you put your comments and questions down there in the comments, unless you're listening, which is fine as well. Come back later and add your comments on YouTube or Facebook or wherever you're tuning in from. So let's continue with this conversation, because I know it's only going to get better from here. So you mentioned you liked dance. You said dance, right? Gymnastics. I did not know that you were in gymnastics. I know that you were on the dance team, or whatever they would call it, at Hampton University. Because you do your video sometimes. And I was like,
Ebony Fire, darling. Ebony Fire is our name. Yes, ma'am. That was part of the dance.
I did not know that you were into gymnastics. So you could do the splits and all the flipping and everything?
Well, child, listen, I can't split as good as I used to. But I can still flip. But I can flip and everything. Like, I haven't tried a back handspring in a long time, though, so I don't know. I want to bust my head. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody get me too hype, I'll do it. But yeah, no, I can flip and all of that stuff. Yep.
Awesome. So you mentioned that in your 20s, after your dad passed away, that really gave you that determination to know that life is short and I need to do the things that I want to do with my life right now. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I talk to so many people, then they're like, well, I'll have to go pursue my dream after my kids go to school, or after I save this much money, or after I do yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, who said you had to wait?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I don't know where we created that condition within our thought process. And well, I know where we created it is because 9 times out of 10 is because of who we surround ourselves with that allow us to stay in a place of mediocrity. Mm-hmm. And I'm not calling nobody mediocre. I'm just saying in a place of mediocrity, because when you get out of mediocrity, you're never comfortable. It's never a perfect time to do something that's going to change your life. In fact, what do they say? Before the testimony must come the test. And so many people, they talk rave about wanting to have all these great things. Listen, Lindsey, I was a professional tripreneur. Before my dad passed away, I've tried everything under the sun. Okay. I sold vacuum cleaners, knives. I did door-to-door telemarketing sales. I was a bails bondsman. I was in a travel company. I'll never forget. I was in Las Vegas, Nevada. They had a conference. It was a travel company. It was like a network marketing travel company. And we were sitting in the audience, And the man had the audacity to get on the stage. He said, well, it's a lot of work for little pay. I said, well, wait a minute. Did y'all push your wages? I said, well, I already do that. I got the hell up out of there. I said, this ain't for me. I'm already working hard, making no money. You think I'm going to add another work hard and make? No. But yeah, I was professional at trying stuff and quitting things. I got tired, though, of quitting. And let me tell you something. I was trying it. I never was giving the businesses my full attention, my full energy, my full focus. I was all over the place, right? All over the place. But I would always try stuff, and I always knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. But, I also like to put a disclaimer, because I used to be in network marketing, and we would make people feel bad about working a job. Mm-hmm. And I think that was one of the biggest things. Like, I ask God for forgiveness all the time, because we would have people quit their jobs and put themselves in a position where they had no more money, because we made them feel uncomfortable for working a job. I'm gonna tell you this. I don't care what it is that you do. Always do it in excellence. You never know. You could be working a job right now, doing that in excellence, and eventually get to a place where you are running that job. And so no matter what you do, don't try it. You must give it your all.
I love that. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me.
That's what you throw, girl. Where your juice at? Where your Jesus juice? Okay, all right. Just making sure.
Getting a little parched over here. Yes. She said, no matter what you do, you must do it in excellence. And she was a whole trapreneur. Before she was an official entrepreneur. And I know what you mean about, making folks feel bad about going back to work or quitting their job, because right now being an entrepreneur is all the rage, but not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, and entrepreneurship is not for everybody. There's a lot of obstacles.
It is a lot. Mm-hmm. Don't nobody call you to remind you, did you work today? Don't nobody care that over the past couple of days, the water been off, people power ain't been on. They don't care. You need to come and show up for your business, right? And so the thing, entrepreneurship is not easy. It's definitely rewarding, but this is the thing. Jobs can be rewarding as well. Careers can be rewarding as well. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't run the business. Sometimes you got to have people who are excited about being in the position they're in. So and I'm gonna tell you, excellence doesn't mean perfect. Please know, your girl ain't perfect. I messed up now, okay? I do my best to do it in excellence, meaning that I give it my all, but I've messed up a lot. But entrepreneurship is not easy though. Every day I'm reminded, nobody's going to, don't nobody care that you don't feel like getting up today. Don't nobody care that you want to sleep in today. You have to get up. You got to get up. Yep.
Exactly. Excellence doesn't mean perfect. Look, y'all done got so many nuggets, and we only 20 minutes into the show, okay? Y'all gonna have to go back and watch the replay after it's over. You're gonna have to push pause, take some screenshots, and make sure you take a screenshot from Nicholas's prayer that we posted on. Take a screenshot of all these nuggets. Hopefully y'all brought y'all pen and paper with your drink. I tried to warn y'all. Over here in the comments, listen, Miss Stevie says, Taurea stayed killing it on the dance floor. I was honored when she dedicated one of her dance videos to me. Yes and yay. Okay. You don't have to say it. I can go back.
My latest, I dedicated it to Stevie because she did her multiple 5-figure month. And I was like, I'm going to do a video because I just seen her journey, and she earned over 6 figures last year, and definitely has just been doing tremendous things. So I had to do my little.
Hey, yes. So all the viewers right now, put a hashtag congratulations, Dr. Stevie, in the comments. We have to celebrate these moments, okay? Because it is not easy to get there. Nicholas says, amen. Thanks, ladies. Thanks for tuning in. And Miss Madonna says, these facts. I told y'all. I warned y'all. Did I not? Mr. James says, great advice. Yes, if you are just tuning in, you're watching the Happy Hour show with myself, Lindsey Vertner, and my very special guest, Miss Taurea Vision Avant. Make sure you post your questions down below and keep those comments coming, because this is a conversation between me, her, and you, all right? Not just the two of us. And right now, I hope you got your drink because I think that this would be a great time to play a little game that I call
What's in your cup?
That's cute.
The wrong intro played almost, but I caught it and we kept it moving. See, it's okay to make mistakes sometimes, but I needed to point that out for those of you that try to make everything perfect. It's okay if you mess up. Just keep going. Y'all see, I did the quick switcheroo and I said, all right, we back in action because now it's time for What's in Your Cup?
Well, Lindsey, darling, I am drinking a glass of red. I need to get it filled up a little bit. It's going empty. It's one of my favorite wines. It's actually called Machete. And it's a little bit more of a premium price wine, not too expensive, but it is thebomb.com. Okay. So Machete, but hopefully soon y'all going to be hearing me about my wine because I drank too much of it not to have my own, you know.
Okay. See, look.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you make those coins. Look, she's like, I drink all this wine. Why not have my own wine?
That's right. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And is it machete like how you spell the sword machete?
Yes, just like that. You want to see the bottle? Let me go.
Yeah.
It just gives me a reason to refill my glass.
Hey, do what you do. And listen, while she's going to get that bottle, you post in the comments what you're drinking on in your cup, okay? Post it down in the comments right now. And if unfortunately you don't have a drink, then that means you need to post what you wish you were sipping on, all right?
Yes. So this is it right here. Machete. It's a nice, beautiful model-esque looking woman, and she's always like on a different pose or something. I don't know. The bottle is nice, like, but the image, when you first look at the label, you'd be like, this must be some old cheap one. No, honey, it is so smooth. It is the bomb. Okay. So for those of y'all who like good wine, get y'all some Machete.
Where do you buy it from?
All the wine stores have it, you know, all the nice wine stores. And then depending upon what grocery store you're at, you know, you might not be able to get it at the Piggly Wiggly, but you know, because I had some Piggly Wigglies. They're not gonna have at the Piggly Wiggly, but they will have it at like at what's Kroger's? Kroger's might have it. Yep.
We got a Kroger. Do they have other flavors? Because if I drink wine, I'm more of like the sweet white wine. Like I'm that person. I want the sweetest stuff.
No, Machete is only one. Yeah, I think Machete is only a red. Like, because you know how you have a brand that'll have different flavors. I think they only come red. Well, Todd, you know, I don't have any favorite sweet because I'm not a sweet girl, but you need to get you some Riesling or something like that. A good Riesling. My friend, she like Chateau Saint Michelle. That's her favorite Riesling. So it's a nice Riesling. It's very nice. That's a good one.
Sounds a bit fancy. Over here, Dr. Stevie says, oh, thank you. Love y'all lots. God is so incredible. Absolutely. And she says she's drinking sparkling water, blood orange flavor.
Ooh, fancy, darling. Fancy.
Blood
okay.
Orange flavor.
Well, I got some water over here too on the side. It's got with chlorophyll in it.
Something fun in it. And Miss Lisa is also drinking water.
I like y'all. Okay, y'all saints out here. Don't be trying to look. Don't be trying to be over here acting like y'all don't be drinking no juice. Don't do me like that now.
Listen, where all my party drinkers at on tonight? And Miss Renette says she's drinking Carmen's lemonade.
Hey, come on now. That sounds like some juice. Yeah.
Hey, listen, that is liquid crack is what I dub Carmen's lemonade, all right? It's the good stuff. It's the good stuff. It's not shipping right now, but once it does ship, y'all gonna have to try it, okay? And Dr. Stevie is saying Prosecco is what I wish I had in my glass.
Oh, okay, that's a good one. That's good. You throw a little juice in there. I put a little mango juice in my Prosecco.
Miss Stevie says, Taurea, you know I know about some Jesus juice.
Yes, she does. That's our communion. Lord, forgive me. You know I'm playing. Don't mess. You know.
Listen, he didn't say you couldn't have it. He just said, "Don't get drunk on it."
That's right. That's all he said. Just don't be drunk. Listen.
Yeah. And so in my cup, I have Jet Beauty of the Week.
Hey,
And
okay now.
beauty that I knew was going to be on the show tonight. So listen, y'all, I'm still on my 6-week plan. I got, what week am I on? I think I got 2.5 weeks left on this plan. So unfortunately, it's no party in my cup today. But it every day I'm trying not to throw in the towel. Like I don't feel like my belly's getting flatter and I don't feel like my booty's getting bigger. So I'm like, what am I doing all this work for? I just want some pizza and a margarita.
Right. Oh, girl, that's pizza is one of my favorite foods too. Jesus.
Oh, yes. Lord. I can't wait for cheat day. Well, cheat meal. It's not a whole day. You get a cheat dinner. Oh, I can't wait. Like I'm counting down how many more until my cheat meal.
Well, what are you doing? So what is like your daily regimen? What you eating and drinking?
Listen. So I can drink water. I can drink decaf tea with no sugar or anything. Nothing with sugar. I can't do juices or anything. So water, I can drink Diet Pop. So I found a little workaround there. I don't normally drink Diet Pop, but I did start drinking Sprite Zero. Okay. Yes. And so here's the thing. It comes with 3 workouts a week, and every week they change. And it has a meal plan, and every week the meal plan changes as well. Like, y'all, I'm so tired of eggs. Eggs is in every breakfast. If I see one more.
So I don't want no more egg. No, I'm good.
Listen, and it very specifically, this is why I was like, this is the plan for me, because it very specifically was to flatten your belly and make your booty bigger. I was like, you complete me.
Oh, girl, if you want a big booty, all you got to do is come on down here to Houston, child. I'm going to tell you. Listen, Meg Thee Stallion, she just make that up. That's what Houston creates. Stallions, child. Now, I don't know about the flat belly part, you know what I'm saying, but I do know for a fact. Come on out here to H-Town, baby. You want to get that booty round? We got you.
Listen. I need something because I got my belly going in the wrong direction. And yes. So I have cotton candy flavored sparkling water in my cup. And yes.
Cotton candy. Okay. That's new. Mm-hmm.
Yes, very, very good. Miss Keaton says, I should have said water, wishing it was Moscato. Hey,
nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with a little Moscato.
And Sanai says, I have to go get me a cup. Absolutely. Go do that and report back in on what you're sipping on in your cup. Okay. So thank y'all for tuning in on that segment. Let's get back into this discussion because we talked about you being a very determined person and you being a tripreneur and all the things. What do you think was that moment when you felt like you finally found your thing or found your purpose? Tell us what that journey looked like.
Okay, so this is kind of like just again, so like reiterating with my pops, with him passing, I knew that it was time for me to definitely stop quitting at what it was that I wanted to be. Now, one thing about me, when people are always trying to figure out what is their purpose. Now, I don't want to say this without sounding crazy. I've always been bossy, Lindsey. Like I've been kind of bossy all my life. I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm okay with it now.
You're assertive. You're not bossy.
Listen, I was the girl. Like, okay, y'all, we get together, be 3 of my girls. Okay, y'all, this is what we gonna do, right? You got to do this. I wanted to always orchestrate, organize, create something. But in the process of doing all that, I also learned that I love teaching, right? Now, I never knew exactly what I was going to teach on. I didn't know that it would be in a space that I am today. And even today, I always tell people like, yeah, today I might teach one thing, but I don't know if I'll still be teaching that 5 years from now. I just know that the calling that God has on me is being able to create opportunities or information and lay it in such a way that it makes sense to the people that I'm connected to, right? So it wasn't really until, I'm gonna tell you this. So when he passed away, I said I was gonna move to Atlanta and I was gonna become an entrepreneur and I was gonna stick with it no matter what. So I moved to Atlanta and I started in with this multimedia company. I used to host a TV show in Virginia back in the day, like a little local hood show. And I've interviewed some really, really dope people. Like anybody that was a celebrity that came to the 757, I had a chance to interview them. Like some people, like from rappers, actors, even athletes. The athletes was always weird though, because like I wouldn't know what to ask. So
you live way
the rapper, right? The dumbest questions. But I can't believe I used to do that though, because I'm still in a way, sometimes I can be a little bit of a recluse, but like when you give me the mic, I just turn into another person, right? So I said I was going to move to Atlanta, start this entrepreneurship thing. I wasn't going to quit. I did start off with like a web design company and stuff like that. And I tried it for a full year. I didn't do a full energy, but I tried it. The difference between where I am today, though, is that I've now had coaches. So what happened was I was introduced to network marketing, right? And then network marketing, the great thing about network marketing, I'm no longer in it and I don't have a desire to go back. But what I will tell you is that it helped me learn how to be coached. Ooh, catch that. Because having a coach don't mean that you're being coached.
That part. That's time for the folks in the balcony. Say it again, Taurea. Say it again.
Yeah. Having a coach don't mean you being coached. Just because you pay for a program that means that you're coachable. And so getting in the industry, I was able to learn how to be coached because I never experienced having a coach. And that's when I first learned about, these other coaches outside of network marketing. I started investing in going to conferences. I mean, the largest investment I ever did was a $10,000 4-day event. And his name is Myron Golden. The same package that I invested for $10,000 years ago, he now charges $55,000. So I'm glad I got in when I did.
Right.
Myron is the man. But yeah, so I started investing into a lot of coaching, and I know for a fact it is why I am where I am today. I know for a fact it is because of the coaching. This is why I think the way that I think. And I don't want to push that on anyone to make you feel like you need to get a coach, but you do. And you got to get them where you fit in. You got to start. Because, I mean, listen, if I didn't have the money, Myron may not have been my very first coach, but I would have invested somewhere, wherever I could have fit.
Listen, again, for the folks in the balcony, okay? Personal investment is the best investment. And some of y'all, she said $10,000 for a 4-day event, not even a whole year-long program. Some of y'all be complaining about, ooh, that's so expensive. You be wanting to pay $100 for 6 months of coaching. Or you be complaining about a $150 event ticket whenever you get what you pay for. You can only go so far off of YouTube University and consuming all of the free information. At some point, you have to say yes to yourself and make that personal investment and get a coach. And most of us in this business space, we have multiple coaches in different areas.
Yes. I have right now, I have 3 different coaches. Just in business though. So I haven't yet, I found me a little friend, y'all. I'm dating now. So I'm thinking about getting a relationship coach too. Cause I want to make sure I do things right.
Listen, let me cross off the what are you looking for in a man question here. I didn't know you was dating now, child. I thought you was
girl, I got me a little friend thing.
Connection.
Look, listen, until your girl is engaged, though, I'm just, y'all will not know that I have a boyfriend. I just want y'all to know. So I don't do all of that until a girl talking about, and then y'all probably gonna be like, Taurea is just so extra with her hand. That's how I'm gonna let y'all know. But yeah, but okay, let me tell you the paradigm shift. So I get into network marketing. I start investing to all this coaching. I start doing well in network marketing. I don't know if anybody can relate, Lindsey. Anybody ever done something where you're making good money, but you're unhappy? Ooh, right? So I was making good money and I was not happy. A lot of stuff happens when you hit certain levels of leadership in the industry of network marketing. And I highly recommend the industry for anybody that needs to learn how to speak in front of people, development. But it's a lot of stuff that I did not like. A lot of the politics. And then I went through one of the most severe times of my life. I battled extreme depression. Around that time, Lindsey, let me see. Okay, so when I was in the industry, I thought I was dating my soulmate. For most of my latter part of my 20s, I was with him, and kind of find out that wasn't it. You know, kind of find out not only did I think he was my soulmate, but a lot of other people did too.
Oh!
Wait a minute, hold up. Then I had an organization. One of my good friends, he left. He was like leaving the company and didn't tell me, and that hurt a lot because he had, well, not only because he had a big organization, but I thought he was a friend, and so he didn't feel comfortable sharing that. Then at the same time, I had a girlfriend who got diagnosed with cancer. I found out in a week she was when I found out she was gone. And I took a lot of guilt on that because, when I was in network marketing, I was so busy building the business from sun up to sundown. I had no time for people. She was in the company too, but she was going through something and I was not there for her. And I felt extremely bad. And then my grandma, that's when it really, Lindsey.
What happened to grandma?
So that's when it really hit me hard. It was Thanksgiving. And I remember I was telling her, Grandma, I'm not going to be able to come see you. This is on my father's side. Mm-hmm. I never knew my mother's grandmother because she passed from cancer when I was a little baby. I think I just had got born and she passed. And so it was Thanksgiving and I was telling her, Grandma, I'm not going to be able to come to South Carolina to see you. I'm busy building this business. And my grandma, how when your grands get to a certain age, they know. She was directly connected. She had the hotline to Jesus. So he was already talking to her. And she said, well, I guess I just won't be able to see you. And I said, Grandma, what are you talking about? No, girl, I'm going to be out there. I'm coming out there. I'm going to come out there for Christmas. I promise you, I'm going to come every time. That was always my excuses. I was so busy chasing a check. So busy chasing what people told me success is supposed to look like. So busy bragging about I'm booked and busy, right? So busy being busy, I wasn't making time. And now, mind you, we had already found out she was sick. And, when you have families, old school families, they don't never tell you what's wrong. They lie. Everybody lied. You don't know what's going on. I assumed it was cancer, and it was. She was battling that for a while. And I feel in her heart, she felt like it was her time was coming. And she just did. Even if she would have told me, I probably would have still been like, Grandma, you tripping. I'm going to see you in Christmas. Christmas came. Guess what? Then I wasn't able to come. I was still building. And they told me that she went into the hospital. And what was crazy, Lindsey, I had built this business up. I had traveled all over the United States of America. I had traveled to multiple countries. I had done conference calls, three-way calls. I was working so hard and I had gotten put into a position because at this point, I'm feeling horrible. My friend is gone. My love life is horrible. My organization is in shambles. I've hit depression and my income has dropped. I'm now living in a high rise that's about 3 times what I should be paying. I have a car that's just to get an oil change going to cost me $2,000. And my grandma has now gone into the hospital and they telling me I need to come and see her. Mind you, she's in Conway, South Carolina, which is only a 6-hour drive. I should be able to drive there in my car, but my car's broke down. So now I've got to get a rental car. I don't even have no money to get a rental car. I don't even have a credit card. I done built a whole business. And I'm telling y'all something I've actually never told anyone. I built this whole big business and did all this stuff for these people. And when it was time and I needed help, nobody was there. And I could not get a car, Lindsey. Like I tried everything. And then when I was finally getting the car, they called me and said she was gone. That's when I was done. I said, this is not success. I did not work here all this time to get to this place and to look like I'm doing great things and to be in a position where I couldn't even go and see my grandmother. That's when I fell into that depression. We had a conference and it was in Vegas and I went to the conference. Actually, my leader gave me a ticket to the conference because I couldn't even afford to buy the ticket. And I had to stay at a hotel that was not the host hotel. And I remember being in that room and I was looking up all kind of ways to no longer be here. Unfortunately, all the ways, I'm afraid of heights. Jumping off anything wouldn't work. Guns, while I have a gun, I don't like it. The only time I want to have to shoot a gun is if I got to shoot that stalker boy, right? And then when they told me, and I know I'm joking at it, but this is the way that it allows me to talk about the story, because otherwise I'll be a hot mess. And then when I looked up the pills, they said the success rate is like 1%. I said, well, Lord, I ain't finna do that and don't be successful. Now everybody think I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. So I said, well, Lord, if you're going to make me afraid, and I am so grateful God made me afraid. That's the only thing I wish God, I'm so glad God made me afraid to do, because I don't want to be afraid to do nothing. I'm no longer afraid to fail. I'm not afraid to lose. I'm not afraid to have setbacks, none of that. But I am so glad that I was afraid to take action, because I am still here and God kept me. And I said, well, listen, if you're going to keep a sister here, Jesus, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
And immediately, I got offered an opportunity to do a free workshop. Now, mind you, when I was building my network marketing business, I would always do like lunch and learns and stuff like that, but it was for the sole purpose of recruiting. But I was like, I'm going to do my own thing. I had already wrote my very first book, because I decided to write the book because I was sitting down with this lawyer. Long story short, I needed people to respect me. So I wrote it to build respect amongst people who didn't see network marketing as a real business. And so I had wrote this book, and everybody was asking me about the book. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do a workshop on book writing. I didn't know what the heck I was doing, Lindsey. Listen, never had been trained to do workshops, never had been trained to create a coaching program, all the stuff that we allow to keep ourselves from taking action. No way, train. I took that $10,000 course, but that he taught me how to like do certain things and sell and stuff like that, and write a public domain book, not a cover to cover, but he taught me a lot, and he taught me how to increase my having level. But that was the very first workshop, 2014. I had my first 6 people enrolled. Fast forward today, we're over 5,000 people, and I've never been happier. I'm telling you, happiness, Jesus. I'm happy.
Listen.
I'm so happy. Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm just grateful to be here. I'm so glad I was afraid.
We are happy that you are here with us on the Happy Hour show. So perfect, so perfect. And we are grateful for your willingness to just be vulnerable and share that piece that you've never shared before with people. So like you are a part of the family, and we appreciate you for that. Yes, yes. And see, look, so many things that you mentioned in that story about, not being afraid anymore to do things, and not being afraid to fail to do things, because unfortunately that fear is more of a dream killer than anything else will ever be. And so, now you're doing these great things. You've impacted over 5,000 lives in the past, what is it? You said 2014, in the past 7 years. You started with 6 people. Some people feel like, oh, well, I don't got 100 million followers, I can't do it. You started with 6 people.
Yeah. Literally, the first 6 that say yes, I was like, what? Wait a minute, they enrolled? I was like, shut up. I should have been with this. Like, oh my God.
Some of y'all out there are too worried. Y'all got 10 and you're too worried about it. And some of y'all, you might have 1 person that you're starting with. But the important part is that you aren't afraid to fail. You aren't afraid to try different things, and you keep going. And look, I got 2 of me. We twinning. Yes,
honey, that looks so good over there. Nice and crispy.
And listen, Miss Taurea is so impactful with what she does. I am super honored to even have known her. I met her, it was November, what year is it? It's 2021. Look, y'all, I'll be forgetting the dates now. It's 2021. 2020 was COVID last year. So November 2019 is when I met this young lady at an event. So you gotta get out there. Some of y'all complaining about, oh, I don't have these type of people around me. Get out of your comfort zone and go places, even if you gotta go by yourself. But I met her at an event, and I remember she was sitting by herself, and I just walked up to her and we started talking, and she's telling me about what she does, and she told me about her book. And I didn't know this girl from who, but I'm just like, you got a book? I like to read. Let me buy your book.
But I always say, never leave home without it, right? I don't leave home without my book.
Yes. And it has been awesome ever since. I took her boot camp last May 2020, which is this is a product of wrote this book in 30 days, and it was out in the hands of the public within 3 months. Like I had 0 words at the beginning of the May, and it was complete at the end of May, and it was in y'all's hands by July. So listen, she knows what she's talking about. And I met one of my biz besties as a part of her program. You have to invest in yourself and know that it's gonna work out.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Don't you know how they always say sow into good harvest, or sow into good land, or be a happy sower. You cannot make an investment with the intention that it possibly could not work. That's a big challenge that a lot of people have too, because people say, well, what's the worst that can happen? Why are you already thinking for the worst? I never make an investment into anything without knowing, and I'm gonna tell you how you know. Without knowing that it's going to work. The way that I know it's going to work, it's not a guarantee, but I know it's going to work because if it can happen for one, it can happen for me. I'm not busy focused on well, Lindsey said she got it done in this amount of time. That's not my business. What my business is that she was able to get it done. And I know with no respect or one. So if she was able to get it done, it could take me longer, but so what? I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to make excuses. And so, yeah. I don't even know. You didn't even ask me anything about that, but I just started.
No, it's okay. Listen, it's okay. That's what happens on the happy hour show. This is a conversation. It's not a stuffy interview. Wait for a question, answer. See, this is all love here. And that's why I love this show. I love my viewers and my listeners. And I love my guests. Always dropping the gems. And you have been just phenomenal in what you do. And I'm so excited to just watch you grow and watch all the people that are connected to you. And it's just amazing. Now just think if she would have given up back in 2014.
Ooh, Lord. That's why I always just stay grateful to God, and also the reason why I openly share that I went through depression, that I went through, suicidal thoughts and things like that is because we all go through stuff. And the truth is that you're never going to be great without going through anything. Nobody is ever inspired by a person's story. I mean, Lindsey, your story is remarkable, but nobody's inspired by nobody having no challenges. Like, imagine that. Imagine Michael Jordan saying, I never had a challenge. He would not be the greatest of all times. Imagine, I don't know, whoever you think is the best of the best. Cicely, that just passed away. One of the number one Black women to be in many films and, just break the whole, situation when it came to being a Black actress in Hollywood. Right. And she's had several setbacks, unfortunately, that we didn't even get a chance to see her life story. I'm sure they'll make a biography about her, but we didn't get to see a movie created after her life story. But, when we think about becoming great and, matter of fact, let me share. Can I share this story with you, Lindsey?
Absolutely.
So, child, let me tell you something. So let me cross my legs. So,
that's how you know it's gonna be good. Yeah,
it's about to be good. So, and I don't care. This is not about whether or not you like him or not. Just want y'all to. I got to put a disclaimer. But I used to go to Lakewood Church, and y'all know that's the church of Joel Osteen, right? And before, and it's so funny because I do share this story, but I've never seen it get out like what happened that day. Like, I don't know what type of media team he got, but what happened was he had some protesters, just to say, to keep a long story short. And it was to the point where the protesters started making me like everybody scared because it was during service. But he kept his face, he just kept his game face on. And, his game face is a smile. And then he cry every now and then. Pastor Joe always crying. And he just would say, amen. God is good. God is good. Now, while everybody was paying attention to the protesting, right? For me, I started crying for him. And the reason why I cried for him is because this man literally has changed the lives of millions of people. This is what we're seeing in person. This is the only thing that we're seeing in person. Imagine what takes place behind the scenes. And I see so many people, Lindsey, that say, well, I want to leave a legacy. I want to leave impact. I want to do something great for my family. But we make the assumption that means it comes without chaos.
Ooh.
It comes without challenges. Like the more people that you impact, do you know for every, they said some statistic, child. It was like for every one person you impact, 3 gonna hate you and 3 gonna be indecisive. They like not gonna know what to think about you. What? Listen. Are you ready for that? Because listen, it's not easy. And so when I think about that, and I think about also because I'm very like, a lot of people don't really always like my personality or like the stuff that I say or like how I'm real direct. Like, child, I was just doing a broadcast and the stalker boy and came up on my broadcast, and I called his little A-double-S out because he was on my broadcast. Like, no. And so some people don't like that side of me, but I made a decision a long time ago. I'm going to be me on and off the camera. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so, but that's what's going to create the opportunity for me to impact the masses, because I ain't never got to be nobody else other than who I am. But with that comes a lot of responsibility of people who ain't gonna like you.
Listen, it was so good. I didn't even get a chance to type it out and put it on the screen for y'all. So y'all gonna have to go back and rewind at the end of this and catch that about all the chaos. Ooh. If you want to be great, you have to be willing to deal with all of the chaos behind the scenes, because the higher you go, the more it's gonna come. It's gonna come. It's gonna come. Are you ready?
Yeah. I was asking, I was like, ladies, are y'all ready for these crazies? Because it's the statistics of how many single women there are out there that are successful, that have these men secretly that desire to be with them because they're successful and beautiful women. This is a real conversation nobody talks about. Are you ready to handle that, ladies? What you gonna do? What we gonna do? You better call them out like I did. Look, nah, y'all ain't got to call it out like I did, but I will.
Listen. Sometimes you just got to be direct with folks. Otherwise, you don't use it any other way. So I feel you. And I'm so glad that you shared that story, because there is so much that goes on behind the scenes. And, you know, I always try to remind people, you have to be intentional about creating happiness in your life and living a certain VIP quality of life that you create for yourself. That doesn't mean that bad days don't happen. That doesn't mean that obstacles don't happen. That doesn't mean that struggles and pain don't happen. It's just when you set your intentions for a certain type of life that you want to live, and you are mindful about making that your reality, those don't break you as easily. And it's easier to keep going when the obstacles come.
Amen. Stay true to who you are, man. Obstacles will come. In fact, get excited. When the obstacles do come, literally get excited. Because before the big testimony, there's always a test. So this might be that test. You're like, oh, God, is this a test? Get excited. Because don't it always work out? Mm-hmm. Doesn't it always work out? It works out in favor for whatever it is that we're supposed to be doing, right?
Yes.
So, listen, when stuff happens, I don't trip. Sometimes people look, because I know some people are like, are you okay? Even today, I was like, I'm good. I got some people, I got some goals, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to do what I need to do, but it's not going to affect my happiness. I'm going to be happy. There have been times where I've done conferences. And I remember one time I was doing this conference in Atlanta, a book writing workshop, and I paid for the space, and they were supposed to have it set up. We were expecting about 100 people there, but we were supposed to have round tables, and we had like 12 vendor tables. These are all people that paid to come, by the way. They had paid for tickets. So I came early because I was getting my makeup done for the event. I literally was there like maybe 3 hours before the event started to get my makeup done and just to make sure everything was okay. Do you know, I walked in there and nothing was set up. Not even the stage.
They say you too early.
I go into panic mode. They like, oh, we just gonna put you in the classroom. No, you're not. I got 12 vendor tables. I paid for this. So then the guy that was supposed to set up, child, I don't know, he was moving slow like molasses. He was by himself. Me and my sister had to start rolling tables out. But you know what? Every time something like that happened, I said, you know what? Let me calm down. Woosah, and know that this is just a part of the journey. And so I let go of those negative emotions, pushed forward, did what I needed to do, because what was I going to do? Not set up. We had to set it up. I still got my makeup done, and we had a most incredible event. And so, and I just always know whenever something great is going to happen, it's always going to be something, and you cannot let it affect you. You got to stay focused forward.
Yes, I hope y'all are catching all these gems over here in the comments. They are blowing up. Yes, Sanai says, yes, I'm so happy you followed God's voice. Ain't that it? And Miss Stevie says, I don't know what I would do without my sister coach in my life. Mom and I absolutely love and appreciate you, Taurea.
Hey, Mom, love you too.
Yes. Mr. Nicholas says, what a miracle. Thanks again, ladies. May Jesus Christ answer our prayers now. Absolutely.
Yes, we got to call on him.
Yes, says yes. Taurea Avant. Listen, I told y'all it was going to be a good show. This is so amazing. So amazing. Now, listen, I can't believe we're already at the hour. That's what happens when you're having fun. But really quickly, I need you to tell us about Urban CEO. Okay, what is it? What does it mean? Why did you start? Like, give us some tea on that before we have to go. Okay, the folks need to hear about this.
I need to show y'all one of our merch. This is our Urban CEO book bag right here. We're going to work on some new bags though, but this is our Urban CEO bag. Urban CEO is a nonprofit organization. Okay, hold on one second, y'all. Okay, I knocked the bottle over, but you know the thing was on top. I was like, we can't spill none of that machete. Okay, but Urban actually stands for unapologetic, real, bold, action-oriented, and non-conforming. We're a nonprofit 501c3. And the purpose of Urban CEO is to be the bridge between the urban community, business, career, finances, and health and wellness. One of the biggest challenges that I had, Lindsey, with being a woman, as well as an African-American, is not knowing about all of the opportunities that were available to me, right? You know, as a woman, you're a minority. As African-American or any person of color, you have a minority, and there are like crazy opportunities out there for us. See, what would happen to me is like, you know, I was used to bootstrapping. I was used to rolling up my sleeves and grinding, right? Working hard and hustling. You know, this is the type of songs that we all listen to, hustle, hustle hard and stuff like that. And so when I would go into certain like conferences and that talked about expansion or government grants and growth and stuff like that, a lot of the vernacular went over my head. It was, I didn't know what an SOP was. SOP, I know about grind. I know about hustle till the sun don't shine. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the SOP? So a lot of times I would be in these environments and everybody would be having casual conversations like, yeah, sure. Everybody else but Taurea knew what the hell was going on. So you know what I would do, Lindsey? I wouldn't say anything for the sake of not sounding stupid. I mean, or for the sake of sound, I didn't want to sound stupid, right? So I never asked. I would just say, you know what, that stuff is confusing. I'm gonna just go out here and hustle and grind, but that's stupid. That's stupid. If I could have understood what was available, it would have taken me so much, it's so fewer years to get to where we are today. Right. And so I want to be able to be the bridge. And so, you know how they have churches that say we like to help the unchurched get churched. Well, Urban CEO is all about helping the unconferenced get conferenced, right? Okay. So we want to go to urban communities and do things like block parties. And even if we impact one person in the urban community and talk to them about, you know, this career, climbing the ladder, or a business or finances, and well, even if we just help one, it's a good thing. And we want to speak in ways that everybody understands. So if it doesn't make sense, we don't want you to be afraid to say, excuse me, what is that? Because that's a lot of times we're afraid, you know, pride. We have pride here. So yeah, Urban CEO, nonprofit, and we have we have ambassadors right now, Sane, Stevie. They are both a part of the Urban CEO crew. They are ambassadors. And I think we have more, but I'm not sure. But yeah, man, it's a great family. And we're always looking to expand and bring individuals. You are a professor. And aren't you a professor? Yeah. So we're Urban CEO professors. And so absolutely, yeah. Such an awesome opportunity.
Call me Professor Lindsey.
Oh, Professor.
Yes, join in if you want to take my course. Mine said one-on-one. That's not what it's called, but
absolutely.
And so listen, this is just perfect. And this is why God's timing is the perfect timing. Like nothing is ever by coincidence. because today, of all days that it could have came, it came on today. And when I saw the box and I saw the from, because I'm thinking like, did I order some recently? Because I order a lot of stuff. Sometimes I'd be forgetting. I'd be like, ooh, surprise in the mailbox. Oh, I ordered that a couple weeks ago. I forgot about it. So I saw the from and I'm like, oh, listen, y'all. So last September, October, you may or may not have, that's a whole nother story, but we're not going to talk about that person. So you likely may have voted for me for Top CEO Award of the Year, okay? And voting was only a partial of the score, which I'm so grateful for because I don't have 1 million followers, and some of them, like, I was like, oh Lord, I'm gonna lose on that part. But luckily, that was only a portion of the score. Okay, I think my votes came in like second or third, but it don't matter because my works and my receipts spoke for themselves and built up the rest of my score. And so I thought that it would be great. Oh wait, let me not.
Oh no, that's the business address. You good? You can show that.
But my
your address, yeah, you want to show your address? No way. There was no address on there, y'all. Y'all was good.
No, it was too blurry and too fast. Yeah. I thought it would be great to open up in front of you because in November, I didn't announce it. I was super excited to win it, but I was going to wait and announce it whenever that I won, y'all. Some of y'all already know that I won, and here it is. Here it is.
The popcorn is fine.
I'm gonna hate to have to clean those up later, but it's a party right now. Listen, Linda, listen. Listen, my award. Yes, look, Urban CEO, Top CEO of the Year Award. Yes, got my name.
Got her name on there. Her name is up there.
And this ain't no fake award. It's a real one. It's got some weight to it. Like, ooh, I'm gonna use this in my workout that I don't want to do tonight. Like,
yeah, girl, you can do some curls with it.
Stick my hand right in here. Like, ooh. Y'all, I'm so honored to have won this award, and it was so perfect that it came today.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? That is so crazy that it came. And you still got a couple more things coming in the mail. So yeah.
Thank you, girl. Thank you. Look, we just gonna keep this. I wish I need to stand right here to just for the rest of the broadcast. Keep it right there. So listen. Over here in the comments, what they talking about? Yeah, And Miss Cynthia says, "Congratulations! Thank you. Congratulations, Professor Lindsey. Yay! Thank you, girl. I appreciate it. Listen, I just love y'all. I love the viewers. I love Taurea. Everybody, listen. Here on the Happy Hour Show, it's just a great time. Okay." So make sure that you tune in whenever you can because dropping all the nuggets. # no judgment zone. We keep it real. So put a party in your cup next time. It's okay. If you want water, that's okay too. So Miss Taurea, I can't believe we're at the top of the hour. We passed the hour, but it's my show. I can do what I want. So, but I like to be respectful of your time and everything. So is there anything that you have going on? How can the folks reach you? I know your info is right there on the screen for my audio listeners. You can find her at www.abookin30days.com, and that's 330 the number, not the word. abookin30days.com. Find her on Instagram at Vision Avant, VISIONAVANT. Tell them where they can reach out to you. What do you have going on?
Well, if you go to abookin30days.com, that will actually give you access to my book writing masterclass. I believe that every entrepreneur, speaker, coach, network marketer should be an author. A lot of times people will tell me, well, I'm working on building up my business. That's even more reason why you should be an author, because having the right book and learning how to leverage that book will bring in multiple streams of income. So my mission this year is I'm really looking for people who want to make some major coin. Okay, listen. I want to work with people who are trying to make over $10,000 plus on a monthly basis. Okay. So the goal is 1,000 authors over $10,000 plus per month. That's the goal. Okay. So we're looking for individuals who really want to take their business to a six-figure. You know, I want to tell you, Lindsey, a lot of times you hear people talk about making six figures. And I think we hear it so much that we become numb to it. Mm-hmm. When you make six figures, that is no punk. That puts you in the top 5% income earning bracket. And if you happen to be a speaker, a coach, or in network marketing, to make six figures in that industry, you're in the top 1%. I just wanted to pause on that. If you're someone making that type of income, you gotta stay connected and plugged to them. I'm not talking about me. I'm just talking about anyone in that space, because it's not as easy. And a lot of times I see people throw those numbers out, but this is the deal. We do got to stop putting money on such a pedestal that we're afraid of investing in ourselves, right? You know, I share this all the time, Lindsey, that many challenges that people have is they put money on a higher pedestal than they do their time. But see, what's another word for money? Currency. Currency is flowing. Money comes and it goes. We have money, we spend money. If you just have money, it's sitting in a savings account. Is it doing anything for you? No. In fact, I was sharing with my friend earlier. I was like, you know what? I don't like to use the word poor people, but you know, most successful people, they say poor people do. But most people who are not yet to the level of financially free, you know what we do with our money? Well, before I knew anything about what to do with my money, I would spend it. And if I didn't have enough money, guess what I would do? I would get another job. See, I never learned about making my money work for me. Mm-hmm. Investing into the right programs, investing into coaching, investing into stocks, investing into what do we have? Current cryptocurrency and all that type of stuff. These are ways that you can expand your portfolio to build multiple streams of income. But the first thing y'all should have is a book. So my masterclass, if you go to bookin30days.com, that will give you access. I have once a month, with the exception of when I have a 3-day boot camp. Yes, hunty, fly. She's so fly. With the respect of having my boot camp, I don't do a mastermind on those events, but I also do once a month a book writing mastermind. We already sold out for this month. So we're now starting to sell tickets. We've already started selling tickets for next month. Now, initially it was called the Book Writing Success Mastermind, but we're going to call it Book Profiting Mastermind, because I don't want people to think that if you're an author already, you can't learn from this mastermind. In fact, I encourage people who are authors. I want to get you out of the race of worrying about titles, and let's worrying about a check. Let's get to the bag and use that money to invest into those things that we desire. All right. Okay. Yeah. But just go to A Book in 30 Days. That's where you can get access. And then when you join, just so you know, I send emails every day. So don't be trying to mess with me. Talking about, girl, you be emailing me all the time. You need someone to email you all the time to keep you motivated. Lisa, I'm not emailing you about the craziness going on in this world. It's going to be positive stuff designed to help you think different. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying.
I love it. I love it. And I love her. And I know you do too. Stevie says, go get those thousands with Taurea. Absolutely. Absolutely. Y'all. And I can vouch for that again, because I made $1,000 off my book before it even went to print. Okay. Hello. Yeah, I got a whole shelf with my books now these days. Love it. Love it. Mm-hmm. So listen, it has been another phenomenal episode. Make sure you reach out to Miss Taurea Vision Avant. You see her info right on the screen. A bookin30days.com. Vision Avant on Instagram. Follow her, reach out, join her masterclass. And you don't got to be an entrepreneur to write your book. She will teach you, different ways to leverage your book, even if you don't have a business, and make those coins. Okay. Lots of different ways you can leverage writing a book. And so I'm super excited. Make sure you donate to her nonprofit, urbanceonetwork.com. You can find all that info on her Instagram and on her website. Reach out, y'all. Reach out, okay? And then make sure that you sign up for updates on the Happy Hour show so you can stay updated. And sometimes my guests give a little happy hour special, but only if you're on the VIP email list, all right? And listen,
I got you. I'm going to hook you up with a special too. I might do a little special deal for your happy hour guest.
Oh, but but you better join now, because once that email go out, if you missed it, you missed it. Ain't no replays on the email. So join right now. bit.ly/happy updates. That's bit.ly/happy updates. And with that, I know that you could be doing anything else in the world right now, but you are here tuned in with me and my very special guest, Miss Taurea Vision Avant. And for that, I am grateful for you. May you have an exceptionally blessed rest of your week, rest of your month, rest of your year. And with that, adios, y'all. Bye.